Hello and welcome back to my humble show. So a couple of days ago, I talked a bit about Jeffrey Epstein in regards to what Speaker Mike Johnson had said about President Donald Trump being an FBI informant in the efforts to take down Epstein's enterprise. Surprise, surprise. It seemed to me that Speaker Johnson was most likely being hyperbolic and getting ahead of himself. He seems to have since walked back his statement at least a little. At least he's not really doubling down on it. That would be double trouble. Now there has since been some less positive news about Donald Trump and his ties, if you will, to Jeffrey Epstein. So, if you want to hear my thoughts on the FBI informant comment, well, just go back and check out that video. It picked up a few views as of today. A few comments even. And once again, if you would like to leave me a comment, I will do my best to get back to you. Happy to hear what you have to say, even if you may disagree with me. Feel free. So yes, let me just get into today's topic. And I will try to keep this as short and simple as possible. Hopefully not simple-minded. But yes, short, simple, short, sweet, whatever you want to call it. I had a child in my lap until 2 a.m. and then a cat in my lap after that until I started talking. He left. Didn't want to hear it. So hopefully you don't feel the same way listening to me talk. But enough about me. Let's get into it. Starting with this. From Andrew Kaczynski, reporter for CNN. Enlarging the page just a little bit. Don't know if you can read along. No worries, I will read it for you. But I'm going to take this step by step and break it down in short amount of time as possible. According to the WSJ, Wall Street Journal, lawyers for Jeffrey Epstein's estate have given Congress a copy of the birthday book put together for the financier's 50th birthday. Of course, referring to Epstein, which includes a letter with Trump's signature that he has said doesn't exist. Oh, okay. So is this the pudding which the proof is supposedly in? Well, you can see the image on the screen. I'm not going to read it right now because, like I said, one step at a time. He shares the link to the original article published by the Wall Street Journal. So I'm just going to click around and find out a little bit more here. Reading the headline from the Wall Street Journal. Epstein birthday letter with Trump's signature revealed. The 2003 birthday book also includes a letter that references Trump with a crude joke about a woman from another Epstein associate. And there are many dots to connect or not. I only have time to talk about so much, so yeah, I may talk about this more in the future. I'm trying to record as many videos as possible, but with newborn and all, it's kind of difficult to get into any sort of rhythm. Even without that, I was having almost an impossible time finding any sort of rhythm on this channel. But I'm trying my best here. So yes, here's the image with the signature at the bottom. You can make out what that's all about, allegedly. And I'll read just a little bit of this article to give you the gist of it. And then I'll move on to a few posts on X, a few perspectives, if you will, some additional information, and then some additional thoughts of my own, my current summary, subject to change. Lawyers for Jeffrey Epstein's estate have given Congress a copy of the birthday book put together for the financier's 50th birthday, which includes a letter with President Trump's signature that he said doesn't exist. So that's just reiterating what Andrew Kaczynski said in his caption. My apologies for reading the same thing twice, but that's what's in front of me. On Monday, House Oversight Committee members confirmed that they received a copy of the birthday book, including the letter bearing Trump's signature and a second letter that references Trump with a crude joke about a woman from another Epstein associate. The Wall Street Journal in July reported on the book and the letter bearing Trump's name, which contained typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman. Of course, they've sort of dripped this out to the public, or at least to Congress, who has now dripped it out to us. Must be a slow news cycle or something. Never. But yes, the letter concluded, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." Okay. The signature was a squiggly Donald below the waist, mimicking pubic hair, in case you didn't notice. Behold. I don't want to get into that too much, but you might also notice the petite figure, which might imply something, considering who we're talking about here, and the sort of enterprise that was being run. That just seems to be the implication, but I don't know. That's speculation. Trump has denied writing the letter or drawing the picture, calling it a fake thing. He also filed a lawsuit against the Journal's reporters. Journal publisher Dow Jones, parent company, News Corp, and executives, alleging defamation and saying the letter was non-existent, meaning it was made up by someone. And it's not like we've never seen that before either. A Dow Jones spokeswoman said, "We have full confidence in the rigor and accuracy of our reporting." And there's more to this article, but like I said, I only have time to talk about so much here. So let me get into some of those posts, some of those comments made by officials. In this case, we'll start with Caroline Leavitt, press secretary / propaganda secretary for Donald Trump. And I say that about every press secretary. They're just propaganda secretaries. She said in response to all of this news, "The latest piece published by the Wall Street Journal proves," in bold letters she says, "proves this entire birthday card story is false. As I have said all along, it's very clear President Trump did not draw this picture, and he did not sign it. So she's saying neither the signature nor the drawing come from him. There is a world in which Trump, say, signed the birthday book, but then the rest of the note and the drawing was fabricated by someone else in order to provide additional smears to Trump to make him look really bad, though he has done a pretty good job of making himself look bad in regards to this whole Epstein Files rollout that never was. But yeah, just speculating. President Trump's legal team will continue to aggressively pursue litigation, and if indeed he's in the right here, I hope they pay a pretty penny for it. Whoever's behind this particular potential smear. Furthermore, the reporter she puts in scare quotes, Joe Palazzolo, who wrote this hatchet job, reached out for comment at the exact same minute he published his story, giving us no time to respond. This is fake news to perpetuate the Democrat Epstein hoax. So now her boss has her slipping in the same sauce, using the same verbiage, same terminology. Epstein hoax. Democrat hoax. All right. Now you're pushing it. But backtracking a bit, J.D. Vance, obviously the vice president, reposted her post, and he said, the Democrats don't care about Epstein. They don't even care about his victims. That's kind of a broad brush, isn't it? But when it comes to the Democrat establishment, I don't disagree. That's why they were silent about it for years. The only thing they care about is concocting another fake scandal like Russiagate to smear President Trump with lies. No one is falling for this BS, he says. Okay, he is an angry man. I get it. He's defending his boss to the death. But to compare it to Russiagate is also a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a reach, if you ask me. Oh, I'm about to have another cat in my lap. She will not take no for an answer. Different cat this time. She is my favorite. Don't tell the others. Moving on. This is actually something J.D. Vance posted back in July, when this was previously being reported about without the addition of the drawing. Yeah, so J.D. Vance said at the time, forgive my language, but this story is complete and utter BS. He likes to say that, it seems. The Wall Street Journal should be ashamed for publishing it. Where is this letter? Would you be shocked to learn they never showed it to us before publishing it? Does anyone honestly believe this sounds like Donald Trump? So, yeah, at the time, as Yashar Ali said, yeah, this was a report from the Wall Street Journal, and they published this conversation without publishing the actual alleged letter. So J.D. Vance was asking, hey, where's the letter? Why are we not being shown this stuff before it's being published in, at least in typed out format here? Lulu, can you please remove yourself from in front of my screen? And I guess I still haven't actually read it yet, have I? So I will as soon as my cat moves out of the way. She's blocking my view. You can see it. Yeah. But I can't at the moment. Trump's letter features a drawing of a naked woman and this text, which imagines a conversation between Trump and Epstein. Okay. Imagination was involved. Anyways, this is what was said, supposedly. What was thought, supposedly. And this is what is seen in the aforementioned letter with the drawing. The finally fully published letter. But I'll jump back to this typed out format. It's the easiest to read. So yes, says voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything the note began. You know what? I don't like how they added little bits and pieces. So let me just jump over to this actual image posted by Chris Hayes, who of course believes every word of this. It says, voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything. Donald. Yes, there is. but I won't tell you what it is. Ooh. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Ooh. Donald, we have certain things in common. Jeffrey. Okay, that's creepy. Jeffrey, yes, we do. Come to think about it. Creepier and creepier. Now I'm just adding bits and pieces. Sorry about that. Yeah, can't help myself. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Donald, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. Does it get any creepier than that? Almost too bad to be true. Yeah. So, what you just heard and what you see there on the screen is what you saw here back in July, according to the Wall Street Journal. And, yeah, moving on because there is more to all of this. Bill Clinton letter in Epstein birthday book among new files released by House Oversight Committee. Yeah. So, not just involving one president / former president. There's also a note from Bill Clinton. This one much more obvious. So obvious, in fact, that I had to look for an interpretation of what is written there. So I found an interpretation. It added up. I copied and pasted it, posted it here on X. Bill Clinton letter to Jeffrey Epstein. Happy 50th. It's reassuring, isn't it, to have lasted so long across all the years of learning and knowing, adventures and errors, question mark, because not 100% sure that word right there, see the mouse moving, is errors. Seems to be. And also to have your childlike curiosity, the drive to make a difference, and the solace of friends. So that's what Bill Clinton said, signed right there at the bottom. That one, well, looks pretty undeniable to me. I don't think Bill Clinton is suing the Wall Street Journal or anyone else right now over this. So there's that. I'm not saying Donald Trump is going to win his lawsuit, but at least he's attempting to. But hey, if he loses the lawsuit / lawsuits, is that kind of like him kneecapping himself? Is that a bad look? He already has enough bad looks. Keep looking. Might be some more bad looks around the corner, but maybe he'll clear his name, so to speak, in this regard. But yeah, some people feel they have all the confirmation they need. People like Mehdi Hassan, former employee of MSNBC, said, "Today it was confirmed that the president told the world's most infamous," I won't say that word, highlighted right there on the screen, pedo, and CS trafficker. "We have certain things in common. For any other president, it would be the biggest scandal of their lives, possibly career-ending. For Trump, it's just Monday. I will point out that Epstein has Clinton written all over him. Their ties, let's just say there are a lot of them. A lot of dots to connect just between the two of them. And yet, Bill Clinton was speaking at the Democrat National Convention before the election. He was on the campaign trail with Harrison Walz, campaigning for them. He's still considered a voice of reason by the establishment Democrat Party. I don't want to say the entire Democrat Party because there are some Democrats who think he's creepy or just don't like him because the Clintons aren't all that popular overall. He's more likable than his wife, Hillary Clinton, but that's saying something, and that's also besides the point. So, I'm just saying, Mehdi Hassan is going to see things through his own tinted lenses, politically tinted windows to the soul, if you ask me. But as for my final thoughts on the matter, and when I say final, I just mean I'm going to finally wrap this recording up after 20 minutes. I was trying to keep it short and simple. Sorry about that. Subject to change, like I said, but final for now. I ask you, do you believe that this alleged Trump to Epstein letter is truly legit? I'm going to go with I have no idea. Unlike most everyone else who seems 100% certain either that it's real or fake, depending on whether or not they support Trump. I will say that aside from the passable signature, the figure and note remind me of when people write and or print fake hate letters to themselves in order to perpetuate hate crimes against themselves. Just saying, I mean, it's going to take more to convince me simply because of the enormous amount of bias and hatred baked into supposed hashtag breaking news about the president these days. However, nothing would surprise me when it comes to the guy who joked, on a hot mic about grabbing them by the... Where's my cat when I need it? Yeah. You get it. That obviously doesn't prove anything in regards to Epstein, but let's just be real, my MAGA friends. When it comes to the morality of the men. Yeah. So, what do you make of this? What is your interpretation? And yeah, there was a lot of debate about the signature, a lot of comparisons to past signatures written out by the Donald himself. And it's quite comparable to many of his signatures from over the years. Even in letters he's written to other public figures, political figures who now despise the Donald. Make of that all what you will. Hold that thought for just a second. My cat is tearing up the blinds. He has made a bad habit out of raising a racket during the middle of the night to try to get attention. So he goes through the house, the apartment we're renting here. Can't have him tearing things up. And he scratches at the blinds, he meows. He knows how to turn on a lamp that we have. It's one of those touch to turn on lamps. And he'll turn it on. He'll also clink it like a cymbal, like a drum set. Ching, 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 ching. The top of it kind of rattles. What else does he do? He claws the carpet a lot. That's not good. We have to spray him with a water bottle. I didn't see it, so he's back to business. Right now, he's clawing at the blinds again. Considering cutting all of this out. This has gone on long enough. It's a whole podcast now, practically. So this is the cat that was in my lap until I started recording. He got down because he didn't want to hear me talking. Now he wants me to hear him talking. We're buds, but I'm very mad at him. You know what? Let me get this thing off of the screen. You can just look at my face now. As if that's much better. Yeah, that's what I have for you for now. Charlie, you can leave. You're going to get scolded again if you keep up the bad behavior. Getting tangled up in all my cords. All right. Oh, what a tangled web some of us weave. Not me, but the Epsteins and the Trumps and the Clintons of the world. What say you? Let me know in the comments below what you think, what you know. I gotta go to bed. It is now 4:21 in the morning. Yikes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Keep in touch. Keep it tuned. New content is coming soon. Peace.